Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is once again rejecting from this significant area of resistance in the immediate short term after the US stock market once again dumped in the immediate short term, which is not good news for Bitcoin and crypto, as we now have new downside liquidity building in the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, but we also still have the upside liquidity building in the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. So in just a moment, I'll be talking about what this actually means right now for the price of Bitcoin and for the crypto market, while Ethereum is also perfectly rejecting from this exact area of resistance in the immediate short term, while XRP is not only continuing the previous rejection from this resistance, but is also now running into a crucial area of support and flashing a new signal in the short term that we need to pay attention to. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, just before taking a look at the Bitcoin and crypto charts today, taking a quick look at what's just happened in the US stock market over the last one day. This is the S&P 500 index on the 4-hour time frame, and right now we're simply continuing the dump again. Of course, the larger trend we're in is clearly bearish. From time to time, we can see short-term bounces, short-term bullish reliefs, especially if we see signals like an oversold signal, for example, that we saw about half a week ago in terms of trading days here. Obviously, we played out a slight little relief over the last few trading days very nicely here, playing out this short-term oversold signal. But remember, an oversold signal by itself does not guarantee that we've hit the bottom. It does not mean that we're reversing out of the larger bearish trend. So at least for now, when we're talking about the larger trend we are in, at least for now, the stock market is still bearish. We're just seeing the occasional short-term bullish relief. And so keep this in mind when we're taking a look at the crypto market. Once again, crypto and stocks are highly correlated. So if we're seeing a lot of weakness in the stock market, do not expect really any significant strength for the crypto market. It's much more likely we'll see a lot of weakness and most likely some sort of pullback for crypto if we're seeing a decent dump in the stock market. So keep that in mind right now. But of course, as this stock market dump continues, if it ultimately continues a little lower over the coming trading days, then of course we'll potentially soon again hit oversold in this 4-hour RSI for the S&P 500 index, which would potentially be another short-term signal pointing towards just a short-term little relief. But overall, once again, trend technically still bearish, not good news for Bitcoin and crypto. And if we're taking a look at the Bitcoin charts today on the weekly time frame, nothing has changed, not just in the last one day, but in the last multiple months. Nothing has changed on the weekly time frame. We're still overall in a larger bearish trend, also known as a bear market. And of course, we're also still playing out this massive bearish divergence on the weekly Bitcoin price chart. But just over the last few weeks or so, for almost a month, give or take, we have been perfectly playing out this oversold signal in the weekly Bitcoin RSI, which once again is just a shorter term signal during the larger trend. And the last time we saw this play out was in the middle of 2022. And what came next back then was about a month, give or take, of a bullish relief. In fact, a little over a month of a bullish relief playing out, but that was not the bottom. That was not the end of the larger bearish trend or bear market. And so that is still the situation on the weekly time frame. And if we're taking a look at the 3-day Bitcoin price chart, nothing really has changed here over the last one day. Obviously, we're still trying to play out this oversold signal on the 3-day time frame, resulting in this current relief that we've been seeing for over a month now. In fact, for coming up to almost 2 months now, playing out this shorter term relief during the longer term trend, the longer term bearish trend. And of course, we're still in this same sideways price range that I've been talking about for months now, in between this support and this resistance. Of course, we still have strong support here at around 60,000 and strong resistance in between around 72,000 to 76,000. And just over the last 1 to 2 days, that is once again where the price pretty much perfectly rejected from here in the short term at pretty much exactly 72,000. And so once again, as I've been warning about for basically every day for over a month now, expect a lot of struggle and likely rejections from around this area on the price chart, as we've just seen again over the last 1 to 2 days here. And if we're taking a look at the very short-term moves on the 4-hour Bitcoin price chart, once again, we've seen another perfect rejection from this exact area of resistance here in between 71,000 to 72,000. And in fact, the price of Bitcoin, as I record in this video, is now breaking back below this short-term area of support that previously held the price. Once again, we're now breaking that area, and that's sitting in between 69,000 to 69.5k. And so when it comes to the short-term moves, of course, this is technically a bearish signal. Anytime we break below support, usually that previous support will flip into new resistance, which means I'd now expect a bit of resistance, which means the price struggling or likely rejecting from this area in between 69,000 to 69.5k. And then of course, only if we break out back above that area, in that situation, we have significant resistance starting at roughly 71 to 72,000, as I've already been warning about for a long time now, since before these latest rejections. And so right now, because we're breaking below that 69k level, it's likely we'll see a retracement towards this next support, which is sitting at roughly 67,500. And we also have to keep in mind that we still have a bit of liquidity towards the downside that we were forming previously a couple of days ago, which is still currently there, and that's sitting at just above 67,000, more specifically around 67.2k to 67.3k. And so considering the fact that we saw another dump in the short term in the US stock market, which helped to basically cause a bit of a pullback and another rejection from this resistance in the price of Bitcoin, and also considering that we've broken back below this short-term support here at 69,000 to 69.5k, this is all now pointing towards a increasing probability that we'll hit this downside liquidity potentially at some stage in the coming days at, once again, just above 67.2k to 67.3k. And so keep that in mind as a likely target in the coming days, especially if the stock market continues this bearish move. Once again, just pay attention to what the stock market is doing. If this is looking bearish, ultimately expect a lot of weakness for Bitcoin and crypto, which means that bearish price target as a likely hit in the coming days. Once again, no such thing as a 100% guarantee, but it's also worth mentioning that we still have that liquidity towards the upside at roughly 72,000 to 72.1k. So slightly above 72,000, we still have liquidity building there, which means if we see another bounce in the stock market, let's just say if we hit oversold again, and we start to see another little bounce in the short term in the stock market, like what we saw over the last half a week or so, then of course that could potentially point towards the upside liquidity being taken out. But right now, that is not the current situation in the stock market. We're seeing a continued dump, which is now pointing towards the downside liquidity as a higher probability target. But remember, all of that's really just talking about very short-term moves that flip around every day or so. Pretty much every day, if we're looking at small time frames like this, we're flipping between bullish and bearish. So if you don't want to flip around between bullish and bearish pretty much every day, then stick to the slightly larger time frames that don't change in not just days, but really in many months. This has still been the same here on the weekly time frame, and of course on the 3-day time frame, this has not changed at all for over a month, for almost 2 months now. And so that is still the situation on the larger time frames in the longer term and the mid term. And then once again, the shorter term has flipped again, with the stock market flipping just in the short term to continue the larger trends that we've been in for quite some time. And so those are my expectations and the key levels and signals to watch out for moving forward. But with that being said, taking a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart on the daily time frame, and right now the Bitcoin dominance is still just bouncing around in the same sideways price range that we've seen for many months now on the daily time frame for the Bitcoin dominance chart, which means of course a lot of the altcoins on average will still likely perform very similar to whatever Bitcoin does, at least in the shorter term moves. And if we're taking a look at Ethereum on the 3-day time frame, obviously the price of ETH looks almost identical to the price of Bitcoin on the 3-day time frame. Once again, a lot of these altcoins will likely follow similar price action to what Bitcoin does. So when we're talking about the larger or longer term trend, technically this is still currently bearish, but the shorter term to mid term is of course this relief playing out this oversold signal perfectly here, as I've been saying for over a month now. But more recently, we have run into significant resistance in between around 2.2k to 2.4k. So continue to expect a lot of struggle and likely rejections from around that area on the price chart, and especially this area in between around 2150 to 2250, based on this golden pocket here acting as strong resistance on the daily Ethereum price chart. And if we're zooming further into the short term, taking a look at the 4-hour Ethereum price chart, we can see at the very short term moves here, we have this significant area of resistance that I've been warning about over the last multiple days. In fact, for much longer than that, for over a month, I've been warning about this strong resistance here, which is sitting in between around 2150 to 2.2k. And so ultimately continue to expect rejections from this area on the price chart. as I've already been warning about. So of course, if we ultimately see another bounce, expect more rejections and the price to struggle around this area. But even if we broke out above that area, once again, we have a lot more resistance in between 2.2K to 2.4K. So really expect a lot of struggle just above the current price if we ultimately get back up there. But right now, the price of ETH is basically back inside this previous range that we've been in for quite some time, as we can see here, which means right now in terms of short-term support, I would expect some support based on this previous low at just above 2,000, more specifically around 2,030, acting as a key level of support just in the short term. But if we start breaking below that level, especially below this previous low at closer towards 2,000, in that situation, the next important area of support just in the short term is sitting in between around 1910 to 1930. But remember, Ethereum will likely just follow very similar price action to what Bitcoin does in the short term, which means potentially just a slight little pullback, but I don't really expect a significant move, at least in the short term right now, because the price is basically just range bound, bouncing between support and resistance. That is still the situation for Ethereum and Bitcoin. And if we're taking a look at XRP on the weekly time frame, of course, the longer term trend is technically still bearish, but in the somewhat shorter term, the short to mid term, obviously we're still running into and still testing this major area of support here, still sitting in between $1.30 to $1.40. So continue to expect strong support there, but overall a lot of weakness in terms of the long-term trend. And if we're taking a look at the very short-term moves on the 4-hour XRP price chart, obviously over the last multiple days now, we have been playing out a perfect rejection here from this exact area of resistance sitting in between $1.45 to $1.47. So obviously continue to expect strong resistance in that area. But just over the last one day, in fact, over the last matter of hours, we have now entered back into this previous important area of support here in the short term, sitting in between $1.30 to $1.35. And at least so far, as of recording this video, we are finding support in this area, which at least in the short term is some good news to watch out for. And on top of that, we have just started to confirm a new bullish divergence, because we have clearly now confirmed lower lows in the price in the candle closes. And we've now seen one confirmation signal to start to confirm this higher low in place in the 4-hour XRP RSI, which means we have one confirmation signal to actually confirm this new bullish divergence. And so considering the fact that we have a bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame at the same time as running into a crucial area of support where previously we've seen multiple bounces from, it is quite likely that in the coming hours, maybe over the next couple of days, it's likely we could see just a little relief here in the short term. I'm not saying a massive bullish move, but either a slight bullish movement or maybe just some choppy sideways price action. Ultimately, just a bit of a break from all of the bearish price action is quite likely, most likely within the next couple of days, 1 or 2 days, as a very likely scenario for XRP. Once again, no guarantees. That's just the highest probability outcome based on the signals we're seeing right now. And if we're taking a look at Solana on the 3-day time frame, it's a similar situation here, of course, especially in terms of the longer term trend. This is still currently bearish, and the shorter term to mid term is of course still playing out the oversold signal in the 3-day Solana RSI, and still ultimately in this massive range that we've been in for over a month, for almost 2 months now, bouncing between this support and this resistance. First of all, we still have strong support in between around $75 to $80, and strong resistance in between around $95 to $105. And if we're zooming further into the short term, taking a look at the 4-hour time frame, obviously over the last 1 day, Solana has simply followed the rest of the market, Bitcoin, Ethereum, stocks, etc., with that short-term dump, the short-term pullback. And now we've broken back below this area right here, which was sitting in between roughly 88.60 to 90.60, give or take. And so I'd now once again expect a resistance around that area on the price chart. If the price ultimately gets back to that area, once again expect struggle in that area. And as for support, we are currently finding support based on this previous low just here, where we previously found support, and that's sitting at just above $85, around $85 to $85.50 as the short-term support to watch out for. And if we start breaking below that level, especially below $85, in that situation, I would expect a bit of support at roughly $81.50, but below that, the next significant area of support is this area in between $75 to $78. But overall, once again, Solana will just likely follow very similar price action to what Bitcoin does, which means Bitcoin struggling a little bit in the short term, kind of lacking bullish momentum, but also not really seeing a huge crash either. So we're likely going to see something similar for Solana, just struggling struggling a little bit, but not necessarily seeing a massive crash. And if we're taking a look at Chainlink on the 3-day time frame, it's a similar situation here. Obviously, long-term trend technically still bearish, but in the shorter term to mid-term during the trend, we're still trying to play out this oversold signal in the 3-day Chainlink RSI, helping to cause this relief that we've seen over the last 1 to 2 months now, ultimately remaining range bound, bouncing between support and resistance. We still have strong support in this area in between 790 to 850 and strong resistance in this area in between $9.50 to $10. And ultimately, it's very likely that in the coming days, if not weeks, the price will continue just bouncing in this same sideways price range is a very likely scenario for Chainlink. And remember, if you want to trade any of these moves in the price of any crypto, check out the links below this video to those exchanges if you want to take advantage of massive bonuses that are only available using those links to certain exchanges. And if you want to actually know how you can trade these moves no matter what direction the price goes, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen, because the video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.